Hey, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to be talking about project team and how to structure it. Structuring a project team effectively is crucial for successful compliance of completion of the project. The specific structure will depend on size and complexity of the project, as well as the goal and resources available. Let's take a look at generally some of the areas that you would need to think of when structuring a team. Define project scope. Clearly define project's objectives, goals, desirables, and scope. This will help you determine the necessary team members and their roles. Identify key roles and responsibilities. Identify key roles required for the project, including manager, team members, stakeholders, and subject matter experts. Define responsibilities and expectations for each role. Project manager. Appoint project manager responsible for overall project success. The project manager should have strong leadership, communication, and organization skills. Project manager is responsible for planning, executing, monitoring, and closing of the project. Core team members. Assemble a core team members who possess the skills and expertise required to complete the project. Core team members may include project coordinator, technical experts, designers, developers, and or specialists. You might want to consider having one administrator who would stay on top of things and make a record of all information that people are doing, meetings, and taking notes. Stakeholders, identify and engage with project stakeholders. These could be internal and external individuals or groups who have interest in the project outcome. Keep stakeholders informed and involved throughout the project lifecycle. That could be sort of system that you might have with overall project administrator or admin, cross-functional collaboration, foster collaboration and communication between team members. Cross-functional teams can bring diverse perspectives and skills in the project, encourage open communication and knowledge sharing. Overall, you might consider having people, highly skilled people from different areas. That would be perhaps electrical engineer, perhaps someone who understands hardware, software, and someone who understands sales, perhaps a project manager overall who would stay on top of things. That's one of the idea, and that can all those group of people can complement each other. That's that's if we were living in an ideal world, I guess. Define team structure. Decide on hierarchy and the reporting structure within the team. This may include team lead or sub-teams for specific project components. Ensure team members know who to report to and who to go to for assistance. Resource allocation. Allocate resources such as budget, equipment, and tools based on project requirements. Ensure the team members have access to necessary resources to complete their tasks. Create communication plan. Establish communication plan. Outline how team members will communicate with each other and with stakeholders. It can have perhaps meetings. It will be perhaps briefs in the beginning of the workday and perhaps handover and overall debrief in the end of the day, perhaps keeping record of everything what happened, and that could be passed to different teams if required, but that would be one of those structures. Define communication channels, frequency and of updates and reporting mechanisms. That would be perhaps if we talk about technical team, but it depends, I guess, of the area. Set clear goals and milestones. Define clear project goals and milestones with associated timelines. Use project management tools such as software to track progress and measure success. Monitor and adjust. Regularly monitor the project's progress and performance against the goals and milestones. Be prepared to make adjustments to the team structure and project plan as needed. Document everything. Maintain detailed project documentation, including project plans, schedules, meetings, minutes, and issue logs. For all of that, you might want to have admin. I would definitely, I can emphasize this enough. You might want to have admin who will keep track of all the paperwork and make sure that people following what would be required within the paperwork. So it would be very detail-oriented person, perhaps. This document ensures transparency and accountability. Continuous improvement, so you might want to have a continuous loop within the system. Perhaps if there would be minutes where you would like to sit down, you would follow the paperwork yourself, oversee how how people are operating within perhaps particular project. You might want to take a look at that paperwork yourself, and if you like, you can have every 3 years, six, perhaps 12 months, you might want to sit down with members of a team and have that continuous loop where you can offer constructive feedback to improve that teams as members within the team and how they can do those tasks differently. That's overall continuous improvement. Encourage culture of continuous improvement within the team where lessons learned from one project can apply to future projects. Then everyone grows and perhaps if they're coming to work, perhaps they would like to improve themselves. Remember that the project team structure can vary widely depending on the project nature, organization, and industry. It's essential to tailor a structure to specific project needs and objectives. Regular communications, flexibility, and adaptability are key to success of the project, and having overall team structure is crucial. Why it's important to structure a team like that? For clearly clarity of roles and responsibilities. Uh, I would always, more from my personal experience, I would use the example as leave in the nature. If you would leave one task untouched within overall any organization, it would pile up and you need to stay on top of things so that everyone's not necessarily responsible to cover all tasks that might be required, as well as if they do those tasks what would be required from them, as well as if you're gonna leave one task not within the scope of or within the responsibilities of the members of the team, it would pile up. You can, so for example, is if you have nobody within the team has responsibility to cover things like quality, and everyone just following what would be required for them without knowing that there's no person responsible for quality. You would be surprised what kind of problems that can cause down the line. Efficient resource allocation. Overall, the way how you're structuring the teams, you definitely should consider overall resources and how you're allocating resources. Perhaps depending on the size of the company and overall where you are in the cycle, you might not worry in the beginning, but you're definitely gonna need to take notice of how you're allocating resources down the line later. Accountability, holding team responsible, accountable for what tasks you need to perform. That can be within the system. Effective communication and perhaps just having open channels of how you're going to be communicating with the team. Cross-functional collaboration, if you can, have very diverse team, but perhaps not in the beginning. In the cycle, you might want to do that within a matter of a year, 2 years, when people are getting very comfortable with the roles, what they are doing. You might want to have those systems improved, but down the line. Risk management, you might have particular systems in place how you're gonna adjust risk if you can. Goal alignment, that everyone's staying on top of the goal. You might have weekly meetings, so would that be every Friday perhaps, or every Thursday? On Friday people tend to be relaxed, I guess. You don't want to hold them for more than you have to. Wednesday even better, but not Monday. Effective decision making, having people who are being encouraged to make decisions for themselves if they see something within a line. There's the different systems that the different car manufacturers are using. where they can raise concerns within perhaps manufacturing, where if they see that some of the tasks can be performed better than they are doing right now, that might save you some money overall when allocating resources. Overall quality insurance, that would be some of those areas, what kind of systems you use. Stakeholder management, that would be admin and overall communication channels, adaptability and documentation, so all the tasks. For those of you who are interested of learning more, I would definitely highly recommend taking a look at the journal. I have made a journal for everyone who is interested in perhaps optimizing your time, making most of your time. I have highlighted key areas within the journal where you could take a look at different metrics of areas that you should definitely focus on across the day. That would be perhaps three things to do, a daily mood, perhaps health metrics, personal projects that you are currently working, some of the areas that you should always improve, physical activity, perhaps savings, overall income, understanding finances, just a few of the areas. You can find this journal in the description below on my company's website, or top retailers has this journal as well. Overall, that's a brief summary of project team and how to structure it. For even in the beginning, just for a team to work together, whether that would perhaps 4, 6 people, or perhaps 7 people, those 7 people working together, it might require 4 months, 5 months, just so that would a group of people would go online and start working together. Either way, that's a brief summary. Thanks for watching and see you next one.